And what's interesting right here, folks, is that we have a most amazing story to tell. Richard, welcome. As we talk about this whole story about AI, give us a little bit more information about this particular subject and how you think it's affecting people out there. This is turning volatile in many particular cases.
Indeed. Well, first of all, let me say, this is a disclaimer, I am not AI. This is a real human being speaking to you, okay? I remember the very first interview that I did a few months back with an author who shared his story about how he wrote his books. And his process that he described in the interview was that the only part that AI had was in the very first draft. Now, I also have to acknowledge, too, that at the beginning of that interview, I told my listeners and viewers, I have a bias against AI, because I didn't know enough about it. I'll tell you how far I've come. Number one, I actually had AI helping me to do my 2025 taxes. No, I can't take them to an audit. And no, the AI didn't actually do my taxes. I asked questions. Okay, I'm on line 11, and it says this, that, and the other thing, because it has instant access to the information. I now use AI to create outlines for my programs as well. And I have some very interesting conversations to the extent that I actually gave my version of AI, and I use ChatGPT, right. I gave it a name. And I also gave it a female voice. And I know it sounds bizarre, but I have some incredible conversations with this technology. But bottom line that I always keep at the forefront is it is a tool. Now, you mentioned the data centers that they want to put in all over the country, if not around the world.
Yeah, we've talked about this many times, Richard, with other guests. Yeah. And it seems to be right now that it's in flames because so many people are not just sitting there paying attention by voting. They're actually getting a little bit nasty about this whole thing. Yeah. And let's hope that cooler heads prevail, correct?
I was going to say they do need to calm down and cool down. And I have to tell you, I went to AI and I asked the question, which it was a weird question, has anybody asked AI, i.e. you, that I'm talking to, about how to solve this problem of excessive power usage and excessive heat generation at these data centers that supposedly AI needs? And apparently nobody has had the smarts enough yet to do so. I mean, AI has actually been described by a couple of people that I was watching some videos of. They said, okay, describe God. And, of course, all-knowing, all-seeing, and so forth. Well, guess what? AI has access to all of the information that's available. We'll just use the term in the cloud or on the internet. But let me throw two questions out, and they're on opposite sides of the discussion.
Okay.
First of all, how do we know that this is not the evolutionary process that the Creator, call the Creator what you will, designed for us to find? All right? That's the first question. Other side of the coin. You've heard me ask this question many times. Mm-hmm. Just because we can, does that mean we should?
Richard, you say it with common sense. And again, a lot of the things we talk about here are about common sense. Let's not overthink how the plumbing works. We want to make sure that it flushes, and that's the most simplistic way that anybody could talk about anything. And not to pick on plumbers, we need them desperately in today's world, of course, not to be funny. But what's interesting about this entire story is that many, many people, and the reason I'm asking you to open up today with our program is because you've had some insight. You talk more into the spiritual world. You talk more into the world of what's behind the curtain, as we like to say. And it's interesting because so many people, and we're going to bring on our other guest, Guy Morris, in just a moment. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this, because from the side of what's happening here, one of the quotes, of course, that we can talk about here as we move through our show, Elon Musk says, and I quote, "With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon." Now, that's a powerful statement from a man who, in many ways, whether you love him or not, whether you like him or not, has a lot of inspiration in these subject matters. He's born a very special way, not because he's unique in the sense that he's better than us. It's just that there's something about people like that have a mind that can think in different levels and different strata. But that's one of the reasons I brought you here, because give us just in short summation, what's your warning or concern about AI to everybody listening here across this wide, vast expanse of this radio station? What would you say?
Well, that's sort of the paradox that we're looking at. People will praise an individual at a particular moment in time for the innovations that they have come up with. But then when they cross some mythical, sociological, religious, economic, whatever strata you want to bring up, they cross this line, and now they're the pariah. Mm-hmm. And the reality is that people like a Steve Jobs, a Bill Gates, an Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the list goes on of these innovators. That's what I'll call them. They created what they created at that time and should be acknowledged for that as such. Was I a fan of Elon using a chainsaw to describe what they were going to do with those? No, but
no.
But the reality is that he has a space program. He has this innovation of an electric car that he has created. He's got this, how do I put this incredible internet company that, as we have all heard, as far as the news is concerned, where he made that available to the folks in Ukraine during this conflict that they're involved in. And the list goes on of the things, and I think a lot of them, the positive things. Am I upset over the fact that the guy's a trillionaire? Well, first of all, he doesn't have $1 trillion in the bank, all right?
It's not exactly. That's exactly right.
It's like, hey, and again, I'm not sitting here taking sides. I'm trying to present a perspective that there's a spiritual adage: to whom much is given, much is expected. He has been given, and you could say, well, he's acquired. Well, same difference. A lot, and he has also done a lot.